Hi everyone, welcome to our weekly update. My name is Mark, and if you like the content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this video with a friend. So we'll start with the big news of the week. So if you're into crypto and you're into Bitcoin and you missed this news, you must be living under a rock. So ultimately, El Salvador have made Bitcoin a legal tender, and they are now the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. Now, this is actually pretty huge news. In my previous videos, I was talking about some of the countries, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, talking about, the possibility of using Bitcoin. El Salvador have basically taken it one step further. It's now classed as a legal tender in their country. So, you start with some institutional organizations, maybe some small organizations adopt Bitcoin, then some of your larger organizations, they adopt Bitcoin, and then countries start adopting Bitcoin. And then I imagine we'll just see a kind of snowball effect where other countries will see that El Salvador are doing great things. They're making lots of money. They've obviously got a good deflation hedge against the US dollar, and they're going to want in. So it's only a matter of time before more and more countries start looking into Bitcoin. And this will have a major impact on Bitcoin's price over the next 2 or 3 years, I imagine. I found this article as well on bitcoin.com. It's basically stating that Russia are removing their US dollar assets from their national wealth fund. So it's no secret that Russia and the US aren't really getting on, but Russia obviously sees that the US dollar is in free fall, which we'll talk about a little bit more on this video, but also that they are now disassociating themselves with the dollar to the form of $600 billion as part of Russia's gold and currency reserves. Again, this is major. Things like this happen in the news and people don't hear about them. It's not on the mainstream media. You're not going to turn on your TV and it's going to tell you that Russia are dumping all of this US dollar. People in the US don't want you to know about this information. You have to dig a bit deeper, and that's what we do on this channel. But let's just stop and think for a moment. El Salvador are actually accepting legal tender, and Russia are dumping the US dollar. What does this mean for the US dollar? It doesn't look good. All right, let's jump into our charts. So this is our Bitcoin chart for this week. Let's take a look. So you can see that I've always got my support and resistance boxes that I've drawn on quite a while ago. So this bottom line of support, the very bottom of it is at $30,000. Again, this week we were moving horribly close to that 30,000. I think we came down to about $31,000 at one point this week. And then the news about El Salvador was published on the media, which saw a nice move to the upside for Bitcoin. And we're currently trading at about 37,000 US dollars. Now, what I wanted to do in today's video is something a little bit different. So everybody talks about what Bitcoin is correlated to. So is a Bitcoin correlated to the US dollar directly? Is it correlated to the S&P 500 directly? Or is it correlated to gold? And so what I wanted to do is just show you a little bit of research that I've been doing. So keep your eye on this red arrow. This red arrow signifies the 14th of April, and it's actually the day that Bitcoin started to lose its momentum and went into this downward fall down to as low as $30,000. So what I've done is I've got a chart here. I've opened up the chart for the S&P 500, the US dollar, oil, and gold. Now, a lot of people think that Bitcoin is mainly correlated with the S&P 500. But as you can see, on the 14th of April, which was the day that Bitcoin started to free fall into a downward spiral, the S&P really was kind of going sideways. So we were at this 4,100 level all the way through to May 20th. And we've recently had a little bit of a push to the upside, but really nothing major. We've only gone up really a couple of percent from the 14th of April up until the current day. And if you take into perspective that Bitcoin dropped by 50%, I wouldn't really see a major correlation here between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. If we take a look at oil, so on the 14th of April, oil did make a massive move to the upside, which is interesting. And as you can see, it has been firmly moving to the upside as well. Now, oil since the 14th of April is up around about 17%, which is actually a good move for oil. But if we pan out a little bit, I'll show you that oil has actually been on a bit of a tear ever since the 2nd of November. Since the 2nd of November, we've just been going up and up and up. And so this is actually called a risk on environment. So let me just explain. So when the stock market is going up, oil is going up, and gold is going down, that's actually called risk on. But the thing that's really interesting here is that gold is actually doing the opposite of the rest of the market. So gold is actually currently in a risk off environment. Now, let me tell you why I feel that the gold Bitcoin correlation is more similar. So here's we've got the 14th of April. So this is the day that the Bitcoin started to crash. You can see there was a big spike in gold. Then there was a little bit of a consolidation period, and then gold has continued to move to the upside. Now, this is quite a big move for gold. So it hasn't gone up 50% like Bitcoin's gone down, but the fact that gold's gone up 11% over that time, that's actually a substantial move. Let me show you on our weekly chart. I drew on this bull flag. Now, I drew this bull flag on probably around about mid-Feb. I could see that gold had hit its all-time high, and it was trending down and it was trending lower. And we needed to come out of this bull flag, turn it into support to make our next move higher. Now, my one concern for Bitcoin is that one of the rules with the bull flag is once it's come out, it can sometimes go as high as the actual the mast on the flag, which means that we could see gold hitting around about 2,400 US dollars. In the shorter term, though, I want you to notice that there's this resistance line here. So as gold has hit the resistance at about 1,900 US dollars, and now it's playing around with this resistance. It's tried to break through and it's been rejected, got rejected pretty hard. Now it's trying to break through again and it's got rejected. It's actually very similar to what's happening with Bitcoin over here with the 30,000 level. We got rejected from 30,000 and we bounced up. We tried again to test the 30,000 just the other day and we've bounced back up. So I'm not saying that Bitcoin and gold are highly correlated, but from the research that I've done, I see more of a correlation between Bitcoin and gold than I do with the other assets, the stock market, oil, or the US dollar. So just look at some other charts here. So obviously our Bitcoin futures has gone up at the same time that our Bitcoin's gone up. Altcoins are kind of bouncing up and down between this support and resistance zone. So for altcoins to get back into altcoin season and start making a move higher, we'd love to see a move higher than this 4,300 level, create some support here and then make a move higher. And it's very similar for DeFi and shitcoin index. They're kind of bouncing around between the support and resistance levels at the moment. Also, on our total market cap, you can basically see I've drawn on these two pivot areas. So our R1 is our kind of all-time high at 2.4 trillion. And our S1 pivot is at about 1 trillion. Now we're currently sitting here at about 1.6 trillion, and we've been in a bit of a sideways move since we hit the bottom of 1.8 trillion dollars, and that was around about the 19th of May. So again, to see the market cap, the entire market cap, this includes Bitcoin going up, we'd like to see it get above this pivot level of 1.8 trillion, perhaps turn it into a support zone before it can make some more moves higher. Okay, so I also want to show you some of our trade signal results. So this is now published on our website. You can go to thecryptocoach.com.au, and here you can see the results that we posted during April and May. Now, there's not as many trades in there as would normally be, but think about it, we were in a bit of a turmoil time. Bitcoin dropped by 50% in this time, and we were still posting profits of 40%, 45%, 50% through April and May. So if you want a little bit more context and you'd like to join our Trade Signals channel, you can jump over to Twitter, jump into my profile, the crypto_coach, and you can click this link or any link in our feed, and it will take you to a free 30-day trial of our Trade Signals. So that's it. Short video today. Just wanted to give you a little bit of context about what's happening in the markets. Best of luck out there. Hope you have a really successful trading week, and I'll speak to you next week. Thank you.